Hey Crossbridge, it's Wednesday. It's time for your SOAP update. Today you are in Jeremiah chapter 39, and this is a crucial chapter in all of the anthology of Jeremiah. But before we jump into that, I just want to know, maybe for you, your newsfeed has looked like my newsfeed online this week, where everything feels like it's a reminder of how it's been a year since all of this COVID crazy started. A year since, we started figuring out about masks, social distancing wasn't a word a year ago, and now it's something so common to all of us. There's so much that's changed in a year, and I'm reminded with every post of how long of a year it's felt like. It feels like it just hasn't ended. And yet, when I read Jeremiah chapter 39, I see that it starts out with the city of Jerusalem, which Jeremiah has said to the king of Judah, listen, if you give in to the king of Babylon, if you submit to him, you're going to live and everyone's going to live. And Jeremiah's kind of gotten thrown under the bus so far, right? The king seeks him for wisdom and advice, but he kind of does it in the secret because the king's scared of the people. And he's making him kind of like on the down low, pray and find out what God wants. And he knows, but he doesn't do it. And we find out that here the Babylonian Empire has come and laid siege to Jerusalem. They've surrounded this city to make them wait out this army. They're making them wait and won't let them leave so that hopefully they'll just submit. Now, you may think, how long is this going to take, a siege of a city? In video games, it's no time, we speed it up. But here we find out in verse 2 that they laid siege to Jerusalem. The Babylonian Empire waited for 2.5 years for this city to submit. And after 2.5 years, could you imagine being under, strict orders to stay in your city and go nowhere else for 2.5 years? No in, no out, nothing. That's what Jerusalem was under. And they were told that there was a way out if they submitted, but they chose not to do that. At that point, the king of Babylon comes in, he lays siege and takes King Zedekiah out. After he takes King Zedekiah out, he takes all these people and they're going to go into exile. They're going to go back to Babylon. And the king Nebuchadnezzar is going to leave the poorest of the people saying, listen, I don't really want you to come with us, so you just take care of all the vineyards, take care of all the fields. It's all yours now. Do what you want. It's fine. And he's going to appoint a governor over them. So the captain of the guard, he says, listen, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to go find someone. And if you look in verse 11, he says to the captain of the guard, go find Jeremiah and see that he isn't hurt. Look after him well and give him anything he wants. For some reason, Jeremiah's name is known by the king. And he says, listen, you got to take care of this guy. Make sure that he's okay. And the other person that gets taken care of in this chapter, I find it fascinating. It's Obed-Melech. This is a man, Obed-Melech, is a dark African man from Ethiopia, the very one who gathered people to rescue Jeremiah from the last chapter in the cistern when he was thrown in there by everybody who said, how dare you say the Babylonians will win? He rescued Jeremiah, and 2.5 years later, his life is being rescued because he chose to protect God's anointed. I don't know about you, but verse 18 speaks to me today that because you trusted me, I'll give you your life as a reward. I'll rescue you and keep you safe. I, the Lord, have spoken. And I don't know where you're at with a year into COVID now, but it's not been 2.5 years. Please, Jesus, no. But I do know that the Lord's word for us is because you trusted me. Where is your trust today? Is your trust in schools opening? Is your trust in governments rescuing you with stimuluses? Is your trust in a mask or a vaccine or a this or that? Because our trust needs to start in one place to begin with, and that is in Jesus Christ. Our trust starts in the Lord, and from there we begin to live out loving people, even if it means rescuing them from a cistern and waiting. Crossbridge, I love you. I hope and I pray that as a year comes up and everyone's talking about it, you would look back and see how the trust that you have in Jesus has made a difference in your year. It's changed Jeremiah for 2.5 years under siege. What could it do for us in a year? Guys, I love you. I miss you. And I can't wait to see you this Sunday. God bless.